this wedding to be held in Jerusalem is something special for all of us. Not only spiritually, but it is where Lisa and Marc met and fell in love. Sue, Ivor, Lydia and I are all thrilled that you are here to celebrate this happy Simcha. Many of you have made long journeys, often altering your personal arrangements to fit in with Lisa and Marc's wedding day. Thanks to you all for being here. It's wonderful to have Marc's grandma Sylvia with us. I am sure she's getting such nachas from seeing her grandchildren so happy together. To have marvelous children is a great blessing, and both families are blessed with such wonderful kids. Lisa and Marc and their brothers Keith and Neil, who with their parents and grandmothers now form one great big family. Lisa and Marc, you have made us all so proud in the way you have organized this lovely, lovely wedding. It has not been easy for you both, especially having to take your parents' very frequent requests into account. You have both worked as a team, and knowing you both, there is no doubt that this teamwork will continue throughout your married life. Seeing you both together, so happy and so much in love, is such a wonderful feeling for us as parents, and we pray that one day you will experience the same joy. God bless you both, and may the Almighty grant you a marriage filled with much joy and happiness. It's now time to party, but before we let our hair down, the toast is to our beloved Lisa and Marc. Lisa and Marc.
Rishus, Chosen Kala, Pesach and Shengel, Marc and Lisa, take where appropriate. Parents, Ivor and Sue, Bruce and Lydia. A special mention, if I may, of Grandma Sylvia who's here. What a wonderful, wonderful addition. After such difficult times, to share a simcha with you, Bubba. You should continue to share simchas with your grandchildren, with Hashem, for many, many long years to come. And if I may add, with the permission of all you wonderful guests from London, or England, or Ireland, those who've arrived recently and those who are at the moment resident in Yerushalayim waiting for us to join you, take a bow, because you've made such a wonderful simcha. Take a bow, all the wonderful guests at this wedding. I'm dazzled because the lights are so bright I can't see who I'm talking to. But I'm overcome to an extent with tiredness, but with emotion. To be truthful, I'm not exactly sure whom I'm meant to represent. I could be speaking on behalf of the United Synagogue, on behalf of my fellow Dayanim and the Chief Rabbi, on behalf of the Queen and the new Prime Minister as of this afternoon, but it's a bit more controversial. I could lose at least 3/4 of the audience by saying I speak on behalf of those at White Hart Lane. But in truth, that would be missing the point. I could speak on behalf of Tribe, through which I got to know our Chosn and got to start valuing the wonderful koiches, the special blend of talents and potential that make up the king of tonight together with his bride, the queen. But I speak here tonight as a simple friend, a friend who's become an admirer and a fan of this Chosn and Kala. Let me say, just in a couple of moments or a couple of minutes of your time in a few short words, what I feel as a friend. The Talmud relates something very interesting about the celebration of bride and groom. Kol hamesameach chosn v'chalo, anybody who brings true joy to a bride and groom, ki'ilu vono is compared to somebody who has built, it's considered as if he or she has built achas mechurvos Yerushalayim, one of the ruins of Jerusalem. An interesting comparison and rather strange on the surface. All well and good as if, as we are privileged tonight, the bride and groom are planning to build their home in Jerusalem. But as a sweeping statement of everybody who partakes in the celebration of bride and groom, it's as if we are building a home in Jerusalem, a ruin in Jerusalem. Why this comparison? It occurred to me standing outside at the chuppah and seeing quite literally one of the ruins of Jerusalem being rebuilt. Behind the chuppah there was a towering crane building a building in Jerusalem. It occurred to me on two levels. I think this simcha answers the question. You see, when we build a house or even a home, we refer often to the architect for drawings and maybe the interior designer for finishings. But that doesn't encapsulate the true feeling of the home. Because to build a building which is worthy of the name, a home for a family, it has to have a raison d'être, a reason for being. It has to fit the bill, it has to have a life to wrap itself around. It has to be the body around the soul of a functioning family. Says the Talmud, when we celebrate with bride and groom, if it's merely wishing them a mazel tov, if it's merely the external, superficial connection, if it isn't an understanding of what it means to come together to create a family unit, if it's not mesameach, to bring true joy, then that's a party. But if it's mesameach, if it's understanding that the foundation of this next generation is built around a common purpose, about shared values. It's a building, it's a home, it's an edifice built along the lines, along the soul for which it is created. If Chosn and Kala celebration is a meeting of the souls and a fusing of the minds and a joining of the hearts, then it can be a celebration worthy of the name Simcha. The comparison, which for us all is so obvious, is not building a house, but building a home in that place, that spot on the globe, that point or that focal point on the spiritual compass which serves as a location point in the heart and soul of every Jew, Jerusalem, which binds mind and spirit, body and soul. It's the point where beauty meets its purpose, where a people pursues its destiny, where the world connects to its creator. When we celebrate the spiritual potential unlocked, now shared and developed and harnessed through this celebration, then we are building a home in Jerusalem. We are building a beautiful physical building around a spiritual purpose. But then something else struck me. I'd like to make a particular tribute here. I heard from my teacher, the Rosh Beis Din, the senior head of the London Beth Din, Diane Ehrentreu, on numerous occasions. He had a beautiful thought in explaining this Gemara. He asked a different question. I asked why was the comparison to a location in Jerusalem. He asked, why does it describe rebuilding a ruin? And what's wrong with building a new house? You know what he says? Such a beautiful thought. The difference between building a new home and rebuilding a ruin is, when you rebuild a ruin, you're rebuilding on old foundations. You're not laying new foundations. You're using the foundations of old to support the building for the future. It's not enough as Jews to go and each person build from scratch and make themselves ignorant of their past. It wouldn't do, it wouldn't suit the bill, it wouldn't suit us as Jews to realize that for generations, where the triumph of the struggle of the spirit of our nation, of our great-great-grandparents through hardship and toil, has left its indelible mark in our lives, to cut off that link and make ourselves unaware and oblivious to the past. That's a new building, that's wrong. Sidav Zayin of Alte Yesodis, it's got to be built on the foundations of the past. Because if it's built on those foundations, then it's a firm, secure, and wonderfully permanent building. And let me add a little thought. If you have the old foundations, you can allow yourself a more original building or changing the design, because you know you're secure with the values and the foundations of the past. Bruce, you just toasted Chosn and Kala. You toasted the bride and groom. Allow me to toast the parents. Because this Chosn and Kala are building a home in Jerusalem. A wonderful, special couple with shared values, building a home which is Jerusalem, body and soul. But they're building it on values of the past. And I want to pay tribute to parents who've supported children, who've been the foundation in terms of morals and values, and supported them enough to make choices of their own, even if it means building a building slightly different and going in a slightly different direction. You have provided a foundation for them to make those choices. You've given them the values, the morals, the strength, the courage, and you continue to give them the support to be the wonderful source of nachas that they are today. Nobody should ever say we build new buildings. We build buildings which are new on the foundations of the past, and that is their strength. And as parents, if I may say humbly, it was difficult on a personal level to come to this simcha. But it's such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for me to see nachas which comes from parents who back their children to grow on all that the parents have achieved, even if it means going further or slightly differently, but knowing that they build them on the values and with the support of those parents. Marc and Lisa, or Pesach and Sheinbu, you've got wonderful talents. I met you, Marc, when you were still Marc, before you become Pesach. Or was that a secret? Nobody know you've changed your name? Just kidding. We met the first time I came to a tribe weekend when you were a student. You told me you were going to go to yeshiva, and you did. When I came back here the second time, you said you were in yeshiva and you're staying in yeshiva, and you did. Came back the second time, then the third time you said you're staying in yeshiva another year, and you did. The fourth time I came back, you said, we discussed about going into shidduchim to start meeting somebody, and you did, and you're married now. But those talents, the tremendous potential that you have, an outstanding potential, b'li'ayin hora, a warmth, a tremendous, tremendous spirit. You have a hashpah and influence in others, which is unique. Your Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Hirschfeld and Rabbi Kalinsky, told me the first time I met them, after you were there, that you were outstanding, and you are. You have to believe it yourself. And you have to know how God works in mysterious ways. You found a color who's got such wonderful values, outstanding b'li'ayin hora, such yiras shamayim, such a sincerity, and such determination, and such a wonderful, wonderful feeling for what you're going to become together. It's a match, not made, Bruce, in Jerusalem, but made in heaven. It's a simcha for us all to participate. I think we can all feel It's not just the party and the wonderful music my dear, dear friend Rabbi Nachum and his band are playing, but it's the atmosphere, it's the neshama here that we're all enjoying. Parents and grandmother who's here after such a difficult time, and I must mention the grandmother who's in England, who's not well enough to come, she should have a refuah shalema. You've invested so much to see this couple here. We share in that simcha tonight. And we share the confidence that you no doubt have that this couple are going to fulfill every one of their dreams. They're going to be at Hashem, build a home like a churva of Yerushalayim. On the foundations you've shown them, you've supported them with, you're going to continue to give them that love and that support for the future. That they should build a home which radiates simcha, radiates joy, radiates the values of Torah, radiates the values of our eternal nation and its eternal heritage. Until such time, please God, we all come together. And Yitz Hashem Menachem, ever you'll be playing, I'm sure you will be. We will be united. Yes, united synagogue with all the tribes. Yes, tribes of Israel. Not just in Achuzah, but every Jew from all around the world will be united as one. When Jerusalem will be rebuilt in everlasting peace, when we will be united as a truly united nation here in Yerushalayim, Habenuya, and Jerusalem rebuilt with the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu. May that be speedily in all our days. Amen, amen, and Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. When you play music now, it's all over. Don't now.
That was incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest singer that came all the way from London to be with us tonight. Please welcome Mr. Marc Levine!
To the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Oh, fill my heart with songs. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I love for, all I worship and adore. In other words, oh please be true. In other words, oh I love you. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring's like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, Utoy lahoidoy Lashem Toy lahoidoy Lashem Ulezame Shimcha Elyon Toy lahoidoy Lashem Avi Goldberg Toy lahoidoy Lashem Toy lahoidoy Lashem Ulezame Shimcha Elyon Toy toy lahoidoy Lashem Ulehagir ba'avohikeh chasdecha Ulehagir ba'avohikeh chasdecha Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Toy lahoidoy Lashem Ulehagir ba'avohikeh chasdecha Ulehagir ba'avohikeh chasdecha Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Toy lahoidoy Lashem Ulehagir Ulehagir ba'avohikeh chasdecha Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Ve'unoscho ba'leilos Toy lahoidoy Lashem Yerushalayim Rachamim tashu V'sishchon v'soicha Asher diborto V'sishchon v'soicha Asher diborto Yerushalayim Rachamim tashu v'sishchon v'soicha Asher diborto v'sishchon v'soicha Asher diborto Ayayunei yoisa Oy v'karoi Oy v'yameinu Oy binyan Oy lo v'chisei David David avdecha Oh mehema L'soicha tachim Ayayunei yoisa v'karoi Oy v'yameinu Oy binyan Oy lo v'chisei David David avdecha Oh mehema L'soicha tachim Who wants to see Shiffy play the drums? I'll look this way. Shifra, Silverstone, I'm gonna look this way. You can play the drums. Mum, this is for you. This is the Irish national anthem. do one more song. There you go, Shippy. La 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 la. Yisimcha Elokim kefrai chibna Hashem. La 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 la. Oh, Yehunecha Hashem Yishmerecha. Veilecha vichuneko Yislo Hashem Hana veilecha Yasei lecha shalom Yahweh Hashem Hana veilecha vichuneko Yislo Hashem Hana veilecha Yasei lecha shalom Kefrai chibna Hashem La 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 Yisimcha Elokim Kefrai chibna Hashem Oh, Yevarecha Hashem Yahweh Hashem Hana veilecha vichuneko Yislo Hashem Hana veilecha Yasei lecha shalom Oh Yevarecha Hashem ve'yishmerecha Yahweh Hashem Hana veilecha vichuneko Yislo Hashem Hana veilecha v'yaseh lecha shalom
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tonight your hosts have been extremely fortunate to bring you a talented international Irish cabaret act. They have just today flown in from Las Vegas, where their show met with rave reviews. Please put your hands together and give a big welcome